Hi, my name is Nikki Randolph with this edition of the Queen Anne's County Veterans Update. Today we're here to talk about how to apply for veterans benefits. So veterans, get your pens and papers ready to write down some phone numbers and some information because we've got some great information for you. Joining me today is Doug Willey, the Department of Maryland American Legion's Service Officer. Doug, welcome.
Welcome, Nikki. Thank you very much for having me here today to help veterans navigate through the VA morass of paperwork and give some good information out for veterans as well as their families.
Right. Well, it's important if you are a veteran, especially in Queen Anne's County, and you're not sure how to apply for your VA benefits, we would like you to know that there are a lot of different avenues that you can look for to help you get through this process. And probably the one most...
You're rate over a certain percentage on a compensation claim. Of course, in the end, ultimately your family entitled to your burial as well as your flag allowance for the VA cemetery, state cemeteries, etc.
All right, well, just some of the benefits that the veterans are eligible for. There's compensation, education and training, home loans, life insurance, vocational rehabilitation. There's a lot more than just your health benefits.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And you did mention it, burials, memorials. There's burial benefits, there's headstones, markers, and medallions, presidential memorial certificates. There's a nationwide gravesite locator, all geared to help veterans with issues with the VA. Now, one of the ways that you can apply for your veterans benefits is to go online, and if you go to vabenefits.vba.gov, it will open up a website called VONAP. And it's not that hard to navigate, but if you don't have computer skills, and there's a lot of our older veterans that don't want anything to do with the computer, that's okay. You don't have to apply online. This is where Doug comes in. Correct. He comes in, he will come and help you fill out your paperwork. You give him a call, he'll meet you anywhere at the Legion or at the cafeteria or somewhere, and he will help you get through the paperwork because it can be cumbersome.
Exactly. The main thing with the VONAP is that it's electronically filed. Once the VA accepts it, once they get it, they'll accept it, but they're going to send a copy of a signature page back to you. They're certified it is you. You're filing to protect your date of claim for compensation purposes, but they're always going to send that signature sheet back for the veteran to sign it or the widow,
right,
so to speak. They'll have to send that back to the VA for them to start processing the claim.
Okay, so it's really not any quicker to do it online. Is that what you're saying?
It's not as quicker, but you may save a month of benefits in the long run because the date of claim is what the date of your benefits start at, your compensation benefits, your monetary benefits.
Right.
So if it's saving, instead of waiting till April 1st, if you file it March 31st, that's a whole month of benefits you're going to be gaining by doing online.
Right.
Because they protect the veteran's date of claim is what it does.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're not computer literate, there are ways that you can apply for it offline. And one of the best ways that I can recommend anybody to do is to visit your local veterans offices. In Queen Anne's County, we have veterans offices in Easton, Pocomoke, Annapolis that people can go for help. Or you can visit your local service organizations in your community. In Queen Anne's County, we have the VFW in Graysonville. We have the American Legion Post in Centerville, Queenstown, and Stevensville, who all have service officers on staff, volunteer staff, that you just give them a call and say, hey, we need some help with our VA paperwork, and they will step up to the plate and arrange to help you get your paperwork filled out. When all else fails, you can also call the Disabled American Veterans up in Baltimore, and they work 24 hours around the clock for our veterans to ensure that they get what they are entitled to. The Annapolis Vet Center is probably the closest one to Queen Anne's County residents, but again, if you don't want to go to the vet center, you're not sure you want to deal with the people in person, then contact somebody locally. And Doug is local. He lives in Easton, but he'd be more than happy to come down to Queen Anne's County and to help our veterans out to surface through the paperwork. There's also the Easton Vet Center. That's it's the Maryland Veterans Center,
right,
correct?
Department of Maryland Veterans Center.
Right. That's a new center that just opened up in Easton. They've got staff on staff there that will help you fill out the paperwork. But me being a Legion member, I'm always going to push people towards the Legions. And in Queen Anne's County, we've got 3 Legions that are ready to step up and help you out. You've got the Kent Island American Legion Post, 278 in Stevensville, Maryland, and their phone number is 410-643-2728. You have the Benedict A. Andrew Post in 296 Queenstown, Maryland. Their number is 410-827-8182. You have Jefferson Davis Post 18 in Centerville, and their number is 410-758-3584. Then we have the VFW Post 7464 in Graysonville, Maryland, and their number is 410-827-8194. You have the Disabled American Veterans out of Baltimore, Maryland. Their number is 410-230-4440. And then you have the Department of Maryland American Legion, Doug Wiley, the service officer, and your contact number is?
We're 410-230-4420. We're out of the federal building, as well as like the DAV is. We're the paid experts on subject matter. We go to training twice a year, and we are trained by the VA on their regulations on what's required for compensation, dependence benefits, etc.
Now, would you recommend most people to use a service officer to help them wade through this paper?